Hey, what's good? I want to open with a bit of context because I think it matters for what I'm about to show you. I don't approach crypto as entertainment. I approach it as a discipline. And for the past few years, the specific discipline I've been focused on is understanding how automated systems extract value from market inefficiencies. AI trading, algorithmic arbitrage, bot infrastructure. I've been inside this stuff long enough to have a fairly calibrated read on what's real and what's theater. And today, I'm going to show you one of these systems operating on an account, walk through every step of the process, and then get into some knowledge from my own experience that I think is actually hard to find elsewhere. All right, let's go. I'm launching this system, and okay, it's open. So the first I need to choose tokens pair. And the reason this list is as extensive as it is comes down to the fact that this platform is working across 167 plus different exchanges. That's what drives the selection breadth. Okay, I'm switching to live session here, and now the address field comes up. So I'm popping over to Trust Wallet. Okay, copying my BNB address, back on the platform, pasting it here, done. Then capital allocation. This is simply the working capital I'm committing to this session. I'm going to work with, that number. Good. Next is the risk level below that. And look, I want to explain this properly because people tend to just move past it. This setting is defining the bot's filtering threshold, specifically how much ambiguity it's willing to tolerate before it decides to pass. It's a precision setting, not just an aggression dial. I'm putting mine here, active, without being reckless. And the last step is strategy, which is the specific operational framework that AI is going to follow for this session, and the method it uses to locate and act on pricing discrepancies across exchanges. Okay, it all looks right. Moving next. So, covering screen is up now. Here, I've got a couple of different tokens available right now, and I can choose one of those. No need to convert anything beforehand. The platform handles that on their end automatically. So, I'm picking what's most practical for me. All right, that's through. Now I'm launching the session. Okay, it's live. Dashboard is right here. Trades, win rate, average spread, chart tracking the session in real time, all the info. And the interface is notably uncluttered for something operating at this level. So now we're just in the waiting window, just a few minutes. Okay, so time has passed. I'm hitting stop. And this screen is the complete record of the session. Total runtime, number of trades that executed, which strategy was active throughout, and the net return with the platform fee already deducted. That final figure is what the session was working toward. Okay, tapping withdraw and just waiting for a few minutes while that clears. It's transferring to my address. So I want to actually use this time to cover something important. Let me make the mechanics of this genuinely clear, because I think most people nod through this part without it fully landing. What this bot is doing is tracking the price of the same asset across all those exchanges simultaneously in real time every second it's active. And the moment it identifies a pricing discrepancy, that same coin sitting cheaper on one exchange and more expensive on another, it executes both sides of that position almost instantaneously. The margin between those two prices, however narrow, is the return. And the reason this specifically requires AI is a speed problem. These windows exist for fractions of a second, sometimes considerably less. No human process captures them at any meaningful frequency. The technology closes that gap entirely. That's the core of the mechanism. Okay, so now the part of this video I actually think carries the most weight. I've spent years running a structured testing process across crypto platforms, and from enough first-hand experience to have built genuine instincts, here are the two things I look at first, without exception. Website design. And I recognize this sounds almost too simple, but it has been among the most consistent early indicators in my experience. Fake ones almost always present with something subtly off in their construction, not immediately obvious, typography that varies slightly between pages in ways that suggest different source templates, layout sections that feel assembled from separate components rather than designed cohesively, visual assets carrying that faint stock quality that doesn't quite align with what the platform is positioning itself as, holds up under a quick pass and then quietly reveals its structure when you slow down and look properly. And the second indicator, which I personally give more weight, is the interface itself. A platform that's built for genuine, sustained operation has to make the product experience functional and intuitive, because user retention is what sustains the business. A platform that isn't built with that objective doesn't carry the same pressure, so what gets built is typically either unnecessarily convoluted in ways that produce friction without any clear user benefit, or strangely minimal in ways that don't match what the platform is actually claiming to offer. The presentation of a working system without the working system underneath it. And so here's where I want to leave this, with something that actually means something rather than just a closing line. I've been running this platform through a real testing period for several weeks now. More than 35 sessions worked across essentially the full range of supported tokens, deliberately adjusted the configuration and capital each time to evaluate behavior under changing conditions rather than static ones. Because consistency under variance is what separates something genuinely solid from something that's just performing well enough to hold together temporarily. And every time I've pushed on it, the response has been correct. Withdrawals process cleanly, the numbers track accurately, nothing has ever surfaced that prompted a second look. So, if that's enough to make you curious, the link is in the description and pinned in the comments. Thanks for your time. See you on the next.